Now sample this. An honest police officer's decade-long battle with judiciary and the Central Bureau of Investigation has finally come to a closure. The Special Court for the CBI cases has acquitted the former top officer of the Revenue Intelligence, C Rajan, of all bribery charges levelled against him by the central agency. The CBI had charged Rajan and his driver of accepting a bribe to defreeze the accounts of a Burmese businessman whose accounts were frozen after the DRI officials raided his firm Handsome India Electronics. Rajan has throughout claimed that he has been targeted by the big corporates for having issued notices to them for large-scale duty evasion. At the conclusion, the court pointed out contradictions by the witnesses and held that the prosecution had miserably failed to prove the guilt of the accused. And joining me right now is Mr. C Rajan himself. Thank you so much, Mr. C Rajan, for taking our time and joining us here at Mirror Now. If you can briefly narrate the entire ordeal of 10 years and put things into perspective as to where you realized that you are being wrongly framed by the agencies.
The case was registered by CBI in the year 2012. In fact, it was March 2012. And since then, now it is more than 10 or 11 years is over. So it's really a hard time for me as well as for my family. You see, registering a fake case or a false case and then facing it for more than 10 years is really it's a torturous thing for anybody. And all the more it is that when I was doing very good work and which is appreciated by the public as well as by the department. And that too, the most important work we were doing is anti-smuggling and evasion of duty, and then seizure of several items like gold, and then fake goods, and then goods which is affecting the environment like that. So at that time, when you are at the peak of the time, then all in a sudden you just come, say when you are in the sky and then falling not only to the bottom, say you go deep inside the pit. So it's really very hard to face it. And it's really a hard time.
But Mr. Rajan, you never really gave up on your resolve to continue with your fight for justice. How did you make up your mind to go ahead with this fight to prove your innocence for 10 long years?
Say, I am very sure that it's a false case. And I came to know after some time only what the CBI has done it. Say, what exactly on the day when they came and searched my residence and then arrested me, I was clueless as to what exactly has happened. Then subsequently, when the documents were produced to me, and that too, say, full set of documents came when it was filed in the court. After that only I came to know that how far the CBI has gone to frame an innocent person and an honest officer. And after that, say, then once I start reading the documents, then I find that where are the loopholes or where are the things which they have manipulated or where they have fabricated the documents. It comes to light. So one by one, then I discuss with my lawyer and then he say his idea also. And then a strategy was framed and then we start fighting the case.
But Mr. Rajan, do you think that it was the big corporates that tried to frame you because you were being an honest officer issuing notices to them for the violations or evasions?
Yeah, definitely. Say, as Commissioner of Customs, Chennai Port, and then subsequently as Additional Director General of DRI, Chennai Zonal Unit, say, under my guidance, several big cases were registered. Say, one to say is JSW Steels, which involves about 302 crores of rupees. Then, of course, another one is Hyundai, that is around 266 crores of rupees. And of course, we were also investigating Jindal for, say, overvaluation of the coal imported that was to the tune of about 20,000 crores. So obviously, say, when we are involved in the investigation of big corporates and also see big smuggling gangs involved in gold and then particularly narcotics, then you get, of course, a lot of enemies, I have to say. Then there your problem starts.
But Mr. Rajan, what happens now? What is your future course of action from now onwards? Are you going to fight it out legally to seek a compensation for the 10 long years? Or would you go to the court and go the Nambi Narayan way to decide on the future course of action where you want to file cases against those corrupt officers who were responsible for subjecting you to the 10 years of trauma that you went through?
Say, now already CBI court has given its judgment, and the judgment says that it is a stage managed case. And then subsequently, High Court of Madras has categorically remarked that an honest officer has been framed and it's a fake case. So now, what is the next stage? See, one thing is that such things should not happen to anybody else in future. Say, that has to be done. Say, for that, what is to be done? So obviously, the officers who fabricated the documents and who were instrumental in the fixing an honest officer and registered a false case, whether they can go scot-free or they have to be punished as per law, legally. So, because the CBI court did not deal with that portion.
So, are you trying to suggest that you're going to take it forward legally, Mr. Rajan?
Yeah. See, it has to be taken too. That is the logical conclusion we have to do. See, otherwise, say this is another case which goes like that. It should not be like that. The officers who did mistake, and that too intentionally and knowingly, I think say everybody should agree that they should face the legal consequences, isn't it? I think that is a unanimous opinion of everybody, should be. And then of course I should now 10 years have gone, and on this fake case I was suspended and I was not reinstated at all for 2.5 years. And then, of course, the sufferings which not only I underwent, of course, the entire family and also our near and dear. So who will be able to compensate for this? So I hope to, of course, apply for compensation also. That I will finalize after discussing with my advocate only.
But you know, Mr. Rajan, you have held your resolve very strongly to not give up on the fight for justice. But do you think that though justice was delayed, it wasn't denied?
Say, only say the time period. Now, more than 10 years, justice has come after such a long time. Whether I can be happy or say I can have consolation that I have got justice. But anyhow, say one thing is that judiciary has done justice to me. That is a fact which cannot be, say, controverted. So that is there. But if the justice has come long back, in fact, 2013 itself, the Honorable High Court of Madras, of course, the Justice Ramasubramaniam, now he is the Justice in the Supreme Court. See, he has categorically stated that there is no whisper at all about the demand in this case. And also he categorically recorded that I am perturbed to note that the way in which CBI has gone ahead in this case can happen to any other honest officer also.
But Mr. Rajan, do you think that the entire case, the order and the judgment from the CBI Special Court could have been expedited? Perhaps some years of your life could have been saved there?
No, say that is in any trial court, say it takes time. Of course, in this case, one thing I observed was the CBI did not bring the witnesses in time. Say they were, say, even for one witness, which they say is from Myanmar, they took more than, say, 3-4 years, 4 and more than 5 years to bring him. And in fact, they could not bring him at all. Ultimately, government of Myanmar through Indian embassy has stated there is no such address at all. The summons could not be served at all. That means whether CBI knew that there was no witness at all, or he is a fake witness, and they go on tell that we are bringing, and then by that time 5 years goes. Say that should not happen.
Mr. Rajan, before I let you go, you said that this should not have happened to anybody else. But you are going to take this fight forward to ensure that the corrupt officers are made to pay for the wrong that they did to you.
Say there's a wrong signal goes outside. Say if honest officers are framed and they are they have to face such an ordeal, then say what others will think, other honest officers will think. Say why should we do honest work?
Well, thank you, Mr. Rajan, for speaking to us here at Mirror Now, taking our time and sharing your ordeal of 10 long years. What we have to re-emphasize over here is the fact that as per the law, you are innocent until proven guilty and not the other way around. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajan, for joining us here.